The billing and AR process is vital to keeping your cash balances up where they need to be to successfully operate your construction business. I'm Jessica Krause with New Life Accounting, and this is Build What Lasts. So one of the core processes of our business is accounting. Inside the accounting process, it's made up of several subprocesses, one of which could be the billing and AR process. So to start putting your processes together, we have developed several questions that you can go back and ask yourself and your team to help get you guys going. So as I go through the questions, I will also give some examples of how it could be done. But something to keep in mind, your company is going to be different than any other company. We all may have similar situations, there could be similar processes, but the details of those processes are going to vary a little bit due to the company's size, the software that you're using, your core values, the clients that you are servicing, and so on. So jumping into those questions, number one, what are your typical billing deadlines? So if you are a commercial subcontractor, maybe your GCs that you use have a billing deadline of the 25th of each month. If you are in the residential world and you are doing projects that are 7 to 10 days long, maybe your billing deadline is 3 days post the completion of the project. So whatever that may be, you want to make sure that that is clear across the board and written down. Number two, are reports given to the PM from accounting to prepare the billings, to help prepare the billings? If so, what reports do the PMs see each billing cycle? And if not, what are the PMs using to complete each billing cycle? So it could be that the PMs are getting a job cost report from accounting. Maybe they're getting a prior billing summary. Those could be some of the reports that they're seeing from accounting. Number three, is a pencil copy submitted first? So are you having to do a draft of your billing and sending it off to the city for approval before it can even be posted as an actual billing? What does that look like? Number four, are the billings submitted via an online platform? Are they emailed? How are the billings going out? And it could be on a job-by-job basis. If you're a residential contractor and you're using QuickBooks, maybe you just submit the billing via QuickBooks every time. So what does that look like for your company? Number five, who all touches the billing? So these are going to be touch points. So if the PM has the billing, prepares the billing, then does he give it to an admin who then does something with it? Do they give it to accounting who then does something with it? Then does someone send that? Does it have to get notarized? And then does it have to get approved by management? What does that look like? Who all touches the billing before it goes out? Number six, how are payments received? Are you accepting payments via check, ACH, credit card, wire? What does that look like to have payments coming in? Who receives the payments when they come in? What does that look like? How are they getting deposited and made into the bank? And how are those deposits getting recorded in the accounting system? So is the same person that is submitting the billing also receiving the payments? Are they also making the deposits? Are they also recording them in the bank? You want to be looking at those different things. Number 8 was how the deposits are made. Number 9, how often is outstanding AR being reviewed? So now we're jumping into that AR process, and how often is someone looking at that aging report? Number 10, is anyone making calls on accounts, or are statements being mailed out? So you may say no one's really making calls. Okay, if you are in the service industry, you are doing service work or you're doing short-term turnarounds, sending out statements regularly or making calls regularly on those accounts because they should be a pretty quick pay. Now, you may have a different kind of process if you're in the commercial space. You may give it 60 days before you start calling. But it's important that at some point you are calling on those AR because it could be a simple, you didn't send the right supporting documentation in. This wasn't signed correctly. We are missing a change order. So our numbers aren't matching. But they aren't proactively going to you and asking for that information. They're waiting for you to call and find out before they pay you. So making sure that you understand what your internal AR process is and when you call in those accounts. Number 11, what are the processes for writing off an account balance? When do you decide and how do you decide? Is it by situation? Does somebody have to approve it? Is it a certain dollar amount, certain days in AR? What does that process look like for writing off an account balance? And number 12, how do you handle the transactions in accounting when you're short paid on an invoice? So this may happen for change order work. This may happen because there was a miscommunication with a residential client. This may happen because taxes are reported incorrectly or they're not paying on taxes. So how do you handle those transactions? What do you see most often? That would be the ones that you want to focus on, where you see this the most often. So content is worthless without action. So your action item is to set aside, I normally say about 30 minutes, but with this one being a little bit longer, more things to go through, it may be 45 minutes to an hour. And ask yourself these questions. Take them to your team. Bring in your PMs. Bring in your accounting team. And ask them so everyone's on the same page and you guys can develop this process out. You'll quickly see what areas you need to clean up and improve on. If you would like help walking through these processes for your business, please set up a time to chat. We'd be happy to give you an hour of our time and see how we can best help your construction business. So I know that your time is super valuable. I thank you so much for watching. My name is Jessica Krause with New Life Accounting, and we're here to help you build what lasts.